Hello, everybody. Anton Kraly here from dropshiplifestyle.com. If you're not familiar with myself or my company, we help people build highly profitable, semi-automated online stores by dropshipping high-ticket products for domestic suppliers. With that being said, in today's episode, what we're going to be talking about is my simple Facebook ad campaign that has generated over $1.4 million recently at a 20x return on ad spend, meaning for every dollar that I put into ads in this campaign, I get 20 back. So what we're gonna go through is how I'm doing this and how you can do it yourself. What I'm gonna say though is this is what we're getting in our business. And when I say you can do it yourself, I mean you can copy what we're doing, but I don't mean for every dollar you put in, you're gonna get 20 back, right? Your numbers are different than mine. I'll show you how we're achieving this. And then what I would love for you to do is try to replicate what we're doing and then come back and share your results. Maybe they'll be worse, maybe they'll be the same, maybe you'll crush us. And I would love nothing more than that. So step one in this process is using Facebook ads. Pretty obvious, right? But we're not doing what most people do and just posting a bunch of ads that we think will appeal to our customer avatar and using interest targeting, hoping we get a whole bunch of clicks and this explosion of website traffic. Pretty much what we're doing is the exact opposite of that. So this campaign specifically is focusing on remarketing. Not just any remarketing though, we're doing it in a very specific way. I should say first, if you're not familiar with remarketing, basically what it means is you're marketing to people that have already engaged with your business. Now we do this a few different ways across multiple ad platforms, but for this specific campaign, we are remarketing to people that have visited our online businesses and shown interest, but not placed an order. Now, for the people that are a little more advanced, what we refer to this as is view content. So people that have viewed the content on our online stores. So what you need to do is obviously have a Facebook ad account and get your Facebook pixel. Now, for where you build your online business, what I use and what I recommend is Shopify. So sign up on Shopify. Also, if you haven't signed up for any reason on Shopify or you're going to build a second or third store, we have a limited time offer we're doing right now with them. We partnered on it where we can offer you an extended free trial for 30 days through our partner link. This is limited. I don't know how long it's going to be available for, depending on when you're watching this or listening to this. But what I'll do is post the link in the description. And as of right now, if you use our link, you can get a 30-day extended free trial there. So what you want to do is link that pixel to your store. And when you do that, your Facebook ad account is going to start collecting data based on the people that visit your store. Now, this data is great, but what it comes down to is what you do with it. And the first thing that I recommend you do with it, if you want to follow what we're doing, is create audiences. Now, the way you could think of audiences within Facebook are segments of people that have performed certain actions. And the way that we do this, again, this is where things might change for you depending on how much volume, meaning how many website visitors you get. But the way that we do this is by breaking them up by the date range which they visited our online businesses. Now, specifically, we have an audience of 2-day website visitors, meaning every day, every second, every minute, this list is dynamically updated with people that have visited our stores within the past 2 days. We also create a 4-day audience. That includes everybody that's visited our stores within the past 4 days. Then we create a 6-day, a 10-day, a 14-day, a 20-day, 30-day, 60-day, 90-day, and 180-day audience. Now, that's a lot of audiences, you might be thinking, and that's true. But the reason we do this is because when we're remarketing, we don't just want to have this one big catch-all audience where everybody sees the same thing. Instead, what we want to do is use our ads and use our campaign structure to take people on a journey through seeing different ads based on how recently they have visited our businesses. So for example, when somebody visits our store, they're in this 2-day window, right? They're in the 2-day audience that we created. So what we'll do in Facebook, we'll go in and create a new campaign, and the campaign will be called, let's keep it simple, remarketing. In that remarketing campaign, we'll create an ad set, and that ad set will be called 2-day website visitors, not TO, the number 2-day website visitors. Now in Facebook ad sets, you can choose who is going to see the ads in that ad set. And what we'll select is the audience I just talked about creating, 2-day website visitors. Okay, Next thing we'll do is create a new ad set within the remarketing campaign, and we will call that one 4-day website visitors. Now here's where things start to get interesting, because when we select the audience that we want to target, what we're gonna do is select 4-day website visitors, and then there's a spot for exclusions. Exclusions are who do you not want to see this ad? So what we're gonna do is choose 2-day website visitors. We're also gonna choose customers because these ads are to get people to come back and buy. But what happens by excluding the 2-day website visitor audience from the 4-day targeted campaign is that the only people that are gonna see the ads in that ad set are the people that are between 2 and 4 days from visiting our store. So basically, if you visited our store today, you would see the ads for days 1 and day 2. If you didn't come back, then you would automatically move along and you would be in the ad set targeting the 4-day website visitors, and you would see the ads that everybody from 3 to 4 days sees. Don't come back yet. You're gonna move to the 6-day ad set that's targeting the 6-day website visitors, that's excluding the 4-day website visitors, and you're gonna see new ads. And so on it goes as you move through our whole journey of 180 days. So first off, why do we even do it like this? As put as simple as possible, it's because it's what makes the most money. Now, again, how small and how targeted you want to segment your audiences is going to be based on how much traffic you have. If you don't have much, you can't get this hyper targeted because your audiences won't be big enough. But the more targeted you can make them, the better. Here's the reason. Let's go to the extremes. The person that's been to your store within the past 2 days is going to be a lot more likely to come back and buy right away if the message is saying something like, come back and buy, you forgot this, get this discount code, apply coupon code, whatever, and sends them back. Versus the person that is in the 180-day audience that hasn't been to your website for 5 or 6 months, we want to show them something different. They're still valuable, but they're not going to have the same message as the person that was just there that didn't complete their order. And by segmenting this way, we can make the most out of all of the people that have come to our store and not purchased. Again, we show them different ads and different messages based on what audience they're in. And we do that by having different ad sets in the campaign that are targeting these different audiences. Now, before I move on to step 2, I just want to say this might sound overwhelming or confusing, especially if you're listening to the audio version of this and you've never built a Facebook ad campaign before. That's totally fine. Everybody has to start somewhere. Just know that in Dropship Lifestyle, my coaching program, we do have in-depth video trainings like over the shoulder. You're watching me set this all up. So if you're already a member of Dropship Lifestyle, log in, go to module 6 about traffic, watch the Facebook ad training and just copy what I do there. If you're not a member of Dropship Lifestyle yet, then be sure to go to dropshipwebinar.com. It'll be the first link in this description. When you go there, you can get a free training from me, plus a special offer to enroll in our flagship program. So check that out. It'll be the first link in the description. Now, that's step 1, right? Set up our Facebook ads, link it to Shopify, create the audiences, create the campaign, the ad sets, and the ads. Step 2 is creating the links. This is within the ads. So where do we want people to go and where are they going in this campaign of ours that recently generated $1.4 million over that? It's almost 1.5, but where they're going is to the exact product pages that they were looking at when they were on our store. So we're not just putting ads saying, go back to our homepage. We're putting ads sending them back to the exact thing that they were looking at when they were on our store. A lot of people make this mistake. They'll link people to a bestsellers page or to a category page, right? To whatever collection they were looking at, or they'll just show them ads for different products on their store. No. When it comes to the links and where you're sending people, you always want them to go back to where they were, because if you got the traffic, the website visitors the right way the first time, then that's what they should be interested in and they should be most likely to purchase those products. Now, another key thing here is on your product pages, they should be built for trust and basically built to have the highest conversions possible. Again, in my coaching program, module 5 is all about optimizing for conversions. So if you're a member, go through that. But one thing that will definitely help you is using real urgency on your product pages, right? The links that people are clicking and going back to. What I can't stand with a lot of e-commerce, specifically dropshipping people, is they use these like fake quantity left. You know, it'll be like, there'll be a bar and it'll be like moving down as someone someone's on the page like 6, 4, 2. That's a joke. Don't do that. That's not the urgency I'm talking about. What I would recommend you do is actually have real promotions that you're offering on your store and have them either expire weekly or bi-weekly. That way, every time somebody is visiting, there's a real promotion that is ending soon. That really helps. Now, another thing that's important, when the people click your link, they go back to the product page. Make sure you're trying to collect their email address when they're going to exit the page. That way, you have their email, you have one more way to follow up and monetize. And that does a whole lot more revenue than this campaign even does, but it's something I should mention because they work very well together. Now, that brings us to step 3 of the process, and that is the products, right? What are you actually even selling to begin with? And I'm gonna keep this simple because this isn't a product selection episode or anything. Just know that to make these campaigns as profitable as possible, from what we see, the price really needs to be right. And what I mean by the price needs to be right is the products can't be cheap. Your average order value should be at minimum $200 if you want to see these really high return on ad spends, even as you're aggressively spending and scaling. So to make this work, your products not only need to be things that people are actually shopping for, that people want to buy, but they need to be expensive. And if you need any help at all finding profitable products to sell, go to the first link in the description of this episode. That's gonna take you to dropshipwebinar.com. When you get there, you can register for the next free training session that I'm hosting online. It's free. All you need to do is enter your name, your email address, reserve your seat. It'll take you about 2 minutes, and then you're gonna get thousands of dollars in return. On that training, I show how we brainstorm product ideas, how we validate product ideas. I give you a list of 237 profitable products to sell. Again, it'll be the first link in the description. It's dropshipwebinar.com. I would highly encourage anybody that is looking for the best products to sell to start there. So that's it, guys. It's not complicated. Again, we focus on these 3 steps every time we build one of these campaigns. And this is exactly what we did to generate very recently over 1.4 million in sales at a 20x return on ad spend. So as always, I hope you got value from this episode. If you did, be sure to give it a like and click subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Also, if you know anybody that would benefit from hearing this message, do me a favor and share this with them. And with that being said, thank you. I appreciate you, and I will talk to you in the next one. See everybody.